Hi, good morning. Uh, Thanks for joining us. This is the day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Amara, and for the first time, I'm going to be doing videos and doing my makeup. So, let's kill two birds with one stone. So, in case if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the mirror. So today we'll be talking about Thanksgiving. That's just the topic that came to my mind when I wanted to do this video. Thanksgiving. So, a lot of times we think about like huge things that we expect God to do for us or we expect to happen in our lives, and they haven't happened. And we feel that, oh, nothing good is coming my way. But I will use myself as an example. There was a day that I was just thinking like, oh God, I wish something nice. I wish something will happen, something big will happen for me this year. That was last year. So, because I already have things in my mind that I expect to happen. But at the same time, it was just like I had a voice in my spirit that, so I feel that nothing good is happening to me this year because the things I expect are not happening. So I'm not able to see the other ones that are happening. I'm not grateful, kind of, for the other ones that are happening. So I just thought to myself that, wow, that made me start thinking, like, start counting my blessings, start thinking like the things that have been happening, the things that I didn't even pray for that are happening, the things that we may look at as minor, but they are really major that are happening. And that was when I decided that a lot of times we are the ones that take away our joy. When the Bible said the devil steals our joy, a lot of times we are the ones that hand over our joy to the devil. Look at me thinking about the things that hasn't happened that I expect to happen, forgetting the things that has happened that I should be grateful for. So immediately I started thinking about that. I just started saying, God, I'm sorry. I am sorry for not counting these ones because my expectations have not been met yet. I'm sorry for thinking that, oh, because this particular thing hasn't happened, then that means nothing good has happened to me. So instead of me to focus on the good things that are happening, I was busy thinking about the things that hasn't happened yet. So this is one way that we can take away our joy. I don't know what you are expecting to happen this year. I don't know what you have planned out, the achievements that you've lined up, and you're thinking that, oh, when would this happen? Why is God not looking my way? Let me tell you the truth. God has always been there. He's not just looking your way, he's with you. So we should try as much as possible to always focus on the positive things, focus on the good things. It may be just that you traveled successfully and returned. It may be just that you slept and woke up. You would think it's nothing major. Have you ever seen people that are very healthy? In fact, they are very consistent in their exercises. They are dieting. They are good. They are fit. But they just slept and didn't wake up. You know, a lot of times we don't count all those things as something. We feel that, oh yeah, I slept, so I should wake up. You feel that, oh, it's your right to wake up. No, it's not. Someone was keeping tab. Someone was like, oh, okay, yeah, he or she should wake up at this time. Someone was thinking about you. Because when you sleep, you don't know what's happening. And God forbid you don't wake up. You don't even know. You won't be there. It's other people that will be telling your story. Like, oh, she slept and she didn't wake up. This is what happened. This is how it happened. You won't be there to say all those stuff. And when you wake up, you're like, I've got these things lined up. I have 10 appointments. Guess what? You wouldn't have woken up if someone wasn't there to say, oh, wake up. You should wake up. It's not your time. So I'm just saying this to remind you, because I know most of us, we know, to remind you that when you think things are not going your way, look around you. Just think about things that you never prayed for, things that you have never wished in your heart, but they happened. Things that you've never been like, oh yeah, this is my plan of how to achieve this. But just like that, they happened. It's funny when we get sick and we can't move. We can't stand up from the bed. We can't eat. And you'll be thinking to yourself, I remember yesterday that I was very fine. In fact, I had the opportunity to eat, but I didn't because it wasn't what I liked, or it wasn't delicious. And the next day, you're very sick, that you're even looking for appetite. You're even saying, oh, I wish I can just be able to take something so that maybe I will be able to take my medication. You don't even care if it's delicious or if it's what you like. That's just a switch, kind of, from being healthy to being sick. And immediately, your wants, your desires just change immediately. And this is what happens when a situation just occurs in our lives, and you start thinking, what I wanted yesterday is really not what I want now. In fact, I'm not even interested in what I wanted yesterday. And that same yesterday, you were thinking that, oh, if I get this, I will be so happy. I will be on top of the world. I will feel this way. In fact, nothing will bother me again. Guess what? If you get that thing, you will be like, oh, on to the next, on to the next. You will be trying to find the next thing to look out for. And that's how life is. So whatever we have, whatever we get, we should be grateful. We should be grateful. And there are a lot of things that happens to us that we don't know the backstory. There are a lot of things that happens to us that we don't know that someone was fighting for us. That, like, I can't stop giving an example with when someone is sick. There are people that now they are like, oh, I can't eat meat if it's not very nice, very cooked, or maybe half done. Like they choose everything. They try to be very selective, try to know what they want and what they didn't want. And suddenly you have one illness or something, and the doctor is like, oh no, you can't eat meat anymore. And you're like, oh, even half done? No. Even fully done? No. Even any kind of meat, lean beef, no matter what it is. And the doctor is like, no, you have to avoid meat now. And at that point, you'll be like, what? And as at yesterday, I was I was trying to choose what I want and all that. So the point I'm trying to make is that at every point in our life, we should try as much as possible. I know, I I know, like I'm telling you firsthand that I know that it's very difficult. It's so difficult to be grateful, especially when things are not going your way or when your expectations are not being met. It is very difficult. But because you should remind yourself that there are things that are going my way. There are things that are even going better than I expected. There are things that I didn't even ask for, I didn't pray for, and they are just happening. So try to hold on to the positive and forget about the negative. God will sort it out. Forget about those things. Forget about that thing you feel that makes you emotional, makes you depressed. Don't think about them. Don't dwell on them. Dwell on the positive. Then you see your mood will change. You will learn to be grateful every day of your life. And God will be happy. He will look down on you and say, even though this person is not where he or she wants to be, but he's happy. He's grateful for the little things. Then he will be able to entrust the big things in your hands. So please, I know I was able to just do my brows, which I haven't completed yet today, but if we can take this in, then we'll see how our life will change. Your total mood will change. Like, because when you always dwell on the negative, on things that are not working out, it affects your mood. But when you start thinking about the good things, the good things, the good things that are happening, look at when maybe you go to work, you're like, God, I am grateful. I am grateful that I have a job. I am grateful that I'm where I'm able to say, oh, this is my job. I earn a weekly incomes, monthly income, whatever. Because there are people that don't have. There are people that are very brilliant and they don't have a job. They don't even have the opportunity to have a job. So just things that we call basic, just look at them. You will find something to be grateful for. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.